Well, let's get more on this now. We're joined by Claire Finkelstein, Director of Ethics and the Rule of Law at the University of Pennsylvania Law School, and she's joining us live from Philadelphia. Very good to have you with us on Al Jazeera. So, the suit arguing that the president doesn't have the power to divert funds for a war because it's Congress that controls spending. And this, of course, is raising a lot of questions about Congress and its control over spending, the scope of powers that the president has, and, of course, how far the courts are willing to go in the suit.
Right. So there's a 1976 Emergencies Act that doesn't define what constitutes an emergency, but says that the president has the power to declare an emergency. And then there are all the appropriations that he'll need to make once he has declared an emergency. There are emergency funds that get unlocked by this declaration, and there are going to be challenges to both halves of that. So the argument about the emergency is that he himself has indicated that this is not a real emergency. Yeah. In his rambling press conference last Friday at the Rose Garden, he said, I didn't need to do this.
Exactly.
I just wanted to do it faster.
And could that work against him? Could his own words work against him?
It will certainly work against him because it suggests that he did not believe there is a real emergency here. And indeed, right after the day was over, he flew off to Mar-a-Lago to play golf for the weekend. So that suggests that he is not really regarding this as an emergency, but is trying to do an end run around Congress's appropriation powers, and that is an unconstitutional delegation of authority to the president if you allow the statute to be read as permitting him to do this.
And will he be able to use any of this money and, from the departments that he's planning to while these lawsuits are in place?
Well, the most likely thing that will happen is that one of the lawsuits that's percolating, whether it's the one by the 16 states filed in California or the suit that's likely to be filed in D.C. shortly, other suits will be filed. One of those lawsuits may result very quickly in a stay, and that means that he won't be able to access any of the funds while the litigation is pending. I should note that there are numerous arguments against use of the funds that don't even call into question this challenge to the emergency powers, such as the fact that there are landowners along the Texas border who will be dispossessed. And there are very strong precedents, the Youngstown case, in which the Supreme Court has said you can't take over private property. And this was disallowed when Truman tried to take over the steel mills, even during a real emergency, which was the Korean War, to prevent a walkout of steel workers. So there are many avenues for stopping this. And as I say, it's very possible that there'll be a stay in the short run while this is pending in courts.
Ms. Finkelstein, thank you very much for your time and your expertise on this. That's Claire Finkelstein live in Philadelphia. Thank you.